So we need to say two things about weakness. One, this is the bad news, but it's important to face. Weakness is a universal human condition. Weakness is everybody. There are only two kinds of people: those who recognize their weakness and those who don't.
Okay.
Because we all lack the power that's necessary to be what God created us to be. Weakness is a universal human condition, and it does you no spiritual good to deny that.
Yeah.
Because denying it then takes you on a pathway of self-reliance,
Yeah.
and self-reliance is the enemy of God's grace. So that denying weakness never has a good spiritual harvest in your life. The second thing we can say is weakness is also a unique and special tool that God uses in certain points in a person's life so that they come to the point where they seek and celebrate his power.
If we decide to yield and go there. And that's really the key. It's like if you read something like this and it says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness," would that not then mean that we as human beings should seek out our areas of weakness so that we can see specific areas that God will move? I've been through pain as well. I have chronic nerve pain in my back that affects the way I sit and walk and even experience life. And I have, for many years when that injury first came along, I rejected it. I pushed it away. I said, what can I do to get this out of my life? Instead of embracing it as a means of God transforming me and taking me to another level. It is my weakness. It is the thing. This is the thorn in my flesh, right now at least. It could be different in the future. But instead of rejecting it, I finally learned how to embrace it and rejoice in the sufferings of my life, because it helped me to feel, in a weird way, special. Like God was speaking to me. There's that C.S. Lewis quote of God speaking to me, yelling to me in my pain and weakness. And I was finally able to listen if I chose to listen. It's that relinquishing of your pride and saying, no, I'm not going to allow this to be a barrier for me absorbing the grace of God.